Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is week 31 of 2017, and it is a good week indeed. One thing I want to point out is that when I switched back to doing a much higher number of sets and reduced the number of reps per set, one thing that could have happened there was the time to complete the workouts could have gone up tremendously. However, I managed to come up with something that I think is pretty useful for time management, and it's definitely working well for me. What I ended up doing was that, I just thought about when I was doing sets of 4, I was taking 2 minutes in between sets. And so, if I was doing, say, 12 total reps, that would be, 3 sets, and so the total rest period would be like 6 minutes. But what I ended up saying was, well, if I'm doing 2 minutes of rest for 4 reps, that's essentially saying 30 seconds for every rep done in the set. And so now, because like on those pause squats that you just saw, those are like pretty tough these days. I sometimes, just do a whole bunch of sets of 2. But since I just take 1 minute, which gives me, 30 seconds for each rep completed in the previous set, I end up getting the work done at about the same rate as I was before. So that really works out well, and it always reminds me that math is your friend. Except, of course, when it's more the bearer of bad news and not really your friend. For example, when you're doing your budget and the amount you owe on your bills is more than you have in your bank account. It's like, oh no! Oh, another thing that's been going well is that my chin-ups on Monday and Thursday, I've been using my super thick grippers that I bought recently. I think I told you guys about that a couple weeks ago. When I first started using them, it was like next to impossible to hang on. So I was doing like 10 sets of 4 to get my 40 total reps in. But I've been slowly working on that, and this week I was doing 5 sets of 7 and a final set of 5 to get my 40 reps in. And that is going quite well. I'm expecting next week to be able to do 5 sets of 8, and then potentially to start using the fat grips on my weighted sets, which are Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so, the grip is getting stronger for sure, because we're using we're doing some practice with the fatter grippage. Obviously, the hope being that that will transfer to my deadlifts and not drop those so much. And so I'm actually not sure if that's actually been helping thus far, because I haven't done any super heavy deadlifts recently. So, but what I have been doing is some pretty high rep sets of like conventional deadlifts. I've been doing like 5 sets of 5 with 225 twice a week, and that's been going pretty well. Seems like the grip is pretty solid there, so I'm hoping that improvements are on the way. And I think the final topic I want to cover this week is just a running update. I think I mentioned to you guys when I started, I had a goal of doing 4 times a quarter mile in 90 seconds with like 90 seconds rest in between. And the first time I tried that, it was just an epic failure. It was just like, oh man, I'm so fat and slow. And a brief pause here. You know why? Because it's hump day! Oh yeah. And it's actually good to mention that, because Wednesday running workouts are when I've managed to hit 4x quarter mile in 90 seconds or less with 90 seconds rest in between. And it kind of makes sense, because this is the only squat right here that I do on Wednesday, whereas on Sunday I do a whole lot of repetition work as well, a whole lot of volume. My legs are kind of jelly when I go out to run right afterwards, so not super surprising. That being said, though, Sunday interval workouts aren't a total waste, because I've gotten like 3 out of the 4 in the targeted time, with the other one where it's like 90 seconds and I made it like 395 meters out of the 400. So I'll tell you what, I'll take that, and I like to have quantifiable progress, because that is good stuff. So that's pretty much it for this week's update, peeps. You take care. I'll catch you next time. And the volume update for week 31, grand total of 166,890 pounds, which is about 3,800 increased from week 30. And 2017 goals update. Excellent week this week. No injuries, thank goodness. 11K chin-ups were at 7,350, and 7 million pounds challenge were at pretty much at 4.75 million. And last but not least, diet data screen. Had good news from the scale this week, which is somewhat rare, so I'll take that. It's awesome. I actually recalculated my body fat, which I think now is approximately 11%, and so that caused a change in my planned calorie numbers. So we're going to do one more week of current calories and then hopefully be pushing up from there. So that's it, people. I'll catch you next week. Bye.